Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. So here's our base as it stands today. This polluted water is gone now. I've moved over to this collection of it over here, and pumping that down into our tank. We want to keep this polluted water tank full, since that is what we're pumping down to our oxygen maker after it goes through the sieve. So that's important that we don't run out of that. I think I found the culprit of the very hot oil. I dug over this way and found this little thing over here. And when I came down here, I noticed that there was a gap in the abyssalite here. And there was oil in direct contact with the magma. So the magma is almost 1500 degrees. We've got some molten lead here. We've got petroleum at 329 degrees. Now, petroleum, once it gets to 538.9 degrees, will flash into sour gas, which is this purple stuff. And I think when I dug down in here, I think the oil was fairly highly pressurized, because it quickly kind of rose up to the top and spilled over into the main tank. And now I've got sour gas leaking out everywhere. So we've got quite a colorful collection of materials down here between all the different mixed gases and fluids. I'm not sure if that's going to become a problem or not, but as long as it's outside of my base and I maintain my water seal up here, then I think we should be fine. I have entertained the thought of possibly starting to run some gas pumps with filters and starting to clean things up and put them into storage tanks, but I don't know that it's really necessary right now. We'll probably have some uses for chlorine at some point, for disinfecting. But anyway, for now, I've got tons of oil down here. I put an insulated obsidian tile down here. And hopefully that'll prevent any further heat spread to the rest of the oil. Yeah, see, this oil is 246. And let's see here. Okay, so the abyssalite right next to these tiles seems to be a reasonable temperature. So hopefully we won't have any more super hot areas getting in here. Yeah, this over here is overheating, so the stuff that was left in here is now starting to get destroyed. Hopefully the neural vacillator will still work. And we still have a lot of area over to this side that we can look into. Right now I'm as far down and as far to the right as I can go. So this is the bottom corner of the map. This is the right edge of the map. And we still have a lot of vertical space that we need to explore. Oh, let me fix my audio. I had the music turned off. Let's get that turned back on. Okay, but in any case, we're making petroleum and things, so we're in pretty good shape right now. I set up the automation for the eggs, for the handling of eggs. So let me show you how that works. So it starts with these auto sweepers, and these just basically pick up materials anywhere within this range that you can see when you click on them. Okay, now it doesn't just pick up anything. The auto sweeper has to be made in conjunction with this conveyor loader. That's under this shipping thing here. Let's see. Yeah, they can go to a conveyor loader or a conveyor receptacle. Storage or buildings within range. So I think they can deliver as well to a machine. And maybe even to a storage bin. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do know for sure that they will deliver to the conveyor loader. Okay, so we've got a conveyor overlay. So basically what I did here is I put one of these auto sweepers in each of the hatch areas, and those go to a conveyor loader. And the conveyor loaders I set to collect critter eggs. Okay, so basically anytime one of these guys lays an egg, the sweeper will pick it up and then put it in the conveyor loader. And then it'll run down the conveyor through the floor. I'm not sure how that works, but it does. It goes through the floor, and then it'll come down here, and then it'll go into this conveyor chute, and it'll come out there. So you can see I've already got 3 eggs in there that it's picked up since I was setting it up. And this is the evolution chamber here. So we filled a couple tiles with water, and then I put a pneumatic door there, which is locked. The auto sweepers will be able to pick up through the door, as you can see here, right? It's not blocked by the pneumatic door, although solid tiles do block it, so you can see it can't pick up anything there or there or there. But the pneumatic doors are not a problem. It can suck things through a screen, I guess. And so what it's going to do, this one, this conveyor loader is set to pick up meat. Okay, so what happens is the eggs get picked up, they come down the conveyor, and actually let's run the game. I think I've got a few hatches that are close to laying an egg, so hopefully we can see this work. Yeah, there's one at 93%, 94. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see an egg come out of here while we're sitting here watching. Okay, and there's another hatch. I also changed the limit. Since these are going to pick up eggs right away, I changed the limit of the drop-off to 8 critters each. Okay, so now I've got 24 of these guys. There's 8 in each one. And let's just watch and see if we can get an egg to hatch here. Okay, yeah, that guy's at 98%. So I think he'll be popping one out here in a second. Maybe longer than a second. Huh. He's glum. I'm not sure why he's glum. Okay, now he's happy. Maybe he was just waiting to be groomed. Okay, 99. Here we go. There's the egg. There it goes on the conveyor. Okay, you can sort of see the top of it. And then boop, and then it comes out here. Okay, so you can see now we got 4 eggs in here. Now these are all still incubating. So what happens is once the eggs hatch, the hatchling comes out. It'll turn to meat after it's underwater for a little while. And then this guy will pick up the meat. Right, this one's filtered for meat. It'll pick up the meat, put it in there, and then that one will come and drop down here into the carbon dioxide pit. It won't go into the ration box. Although if I had another one of these, I could probably pick it up and put it in the ration box. I don't really care if it goes in the ration box or not. As long as it's in the CO2, it's essentially the same thing. So the meat will drop in there, and then my cook can pick up the meat and grill barbecue with it. Okay. So the advantage of this is that you actually get more calories from the meat from the hatches than you do from cooking the eggs. So I'm going to try to remember the numbers, but I think if you're making omelets with the eggs, then I think one hatch can, or no, I think it takes like 2.5 hatches to support a single dupe, something like that. Whereas if you turn the eggs into meat, then you'll get 1.4 hatches can support a single dupe. All right, so with 8 duplicants, this is going to be way more than enough to provide them with nothing but barbecue. The problem is it takes 20 cycles for these eggs to start hatching, so I won't be able to start collecting meat from this until 20 cycles from the time that I start doing it, and then after that there'll be a regular supply of meat coming out of there. And in the meantime, I'm continuing to incubate extra eggs here in the incubators. Now, I think I need one incubator per 5 dupes. Or no, I need 1 incubator per 5 hatches to keep their population stable. Okay, and I've got 24, so I need 5 incubators total just to keep the population from dying off. All right, so since this one's already hatched, I'm gonna turn this one off, and I'm gonna stop hatching from that one, and then I'll have 5 unpowered incubators that can maintain the population of the other 24. And if more hatch than what I need, then I can always just go and attack one of the hatches and, convert it to meat that way. Okay, so this is going to be our long-term food supply, and now the egg and everything is automated. And I haven't messed with conveyors too much besides setting this thing up, but I'm sure we'll find more ways to make use of that. For example, we could automate loading these coal generators with coal. So let's take a look at that. And for that, I think we only need the auto sweeper. And if we can find a place where the generators, yeah, like right here, both coal generators and the container of coal are all within range. So if we build that there, then that should keep my generators fed with coal. In theory. Let's see if it works. Come on, guys. Is it time for bed? See, they're enjoying their omelets. They got really good food that's going to boost their morale. We could also pick up polluted dirt and sand automatically. Okay. Let's see what happens once the battery runs down a little bit. Okay, let me lower the threshold on this one so that these generators will kick in. I think I set it to 40%. Okay. Is it going to load fuel? Alright, hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I did some digging, and apparently to get this to work properly, the sweeper needs to be connected to the same automation grid. So let's get that hooked up and see if it'll work in that case. That should be 7. What was that just fell down here? I think people are dropping stuff when they get on the ladders. Oh, great. Thanks, buddy. Harold took care of it. Okay, this way it'll just run non-stop. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Okay, well, tell you what, it should work. So I'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully we'll be able to have a proper demonstration of it at some point. Sorry, I'm not able to demonstrate it for you on camera. The other thing that we could do, for example, would be to set up some polluted dirt storage over here and have it automatically pick up the polluted dirt and put it in a pool of water or something like that. You know, there's various possibilities. But that's all that I can think of needing to do right now. Okay, I'll take the water because I actually need to get more fresh water. I think that's next on our to-do list. So, let's start taking a look at what we can do here to get some more fresh water. Now we've got a couple options. First, I have the salt water here, and I'm getting quite a lot of salt water. So we could take the salt water, we could run it through a desalinator, which would convert salt water into mostly water with a little bit of salt on the side. And then the salt could then be used for table salt. I don't know if it's got any other use, but that's one way to do it. The other thing is that I've got this cool steam vent over here, and this will give us clean water. Now, in both cases, the water will need to be cooled before we send it to our freshwater supply here in the base. But we already know how to do cooling, right? We could just set up another system like this to cool the water down, and then once it reaches an appropriate temperature, we can send it over here and drop it in to our main base. So of the two options, I think I'm going to leave the salt water alone for now, partly because I'm using this to cool my crude oil. So I don't want to touch that, because once the level drops, then this is not going to work anymore. I suppose that eventually this will heat up enough that it could start to become an issue. And if that's the case, I can always just brick this up again and remove the pump and just forget about using the oil geyser for a while. We have tons and tons of oil down here, which I think will last us a very long time. So I think we should make use of the cool steam vent. Now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to build a tank around it to catch the water as it comes out. And that means I'm going to have to get this salt water out of the way because I don't want it to mix. So I think what I'll do to begin with is I will dig down and give this salt water a place to drop down, and then we can start to build a chamber to collect the cool steam vent. So let's see, if I go, I think I'll need to dig in this way. Yeah, let's just dig all that out first. And I think at the same time, I'll wall that part in. Okay. How's the temperature there? The temperature's fine, so I think I can use... I'll just use regular tiles for that. Okay, and then we'll dig over there. Son of a gun. Okay, so I guess this is going to be my miscellaneous fluid storage. I really need to be more careful with this stuff. Okay, let's get that bleach stone underwater. Okay. So we'll use, I think I'll use these. I'll use this wall as the side of my storage. That means I'll eventually need another way to get down here. But I don't want to uncover this hot polluted oxygen vent either. Because I'm quite certain I don't want to deal with that right now. I guess it won't really be a problem if this gets filled in. Oh, you know the other thing I wanted to automate? Okay. The petroleum comes out of the refinery and goes into the first tank, and then it goes into the second tank to my plastic press. So what I want to do is I want to set this first tank to shut off the oil refinery when it's full, and then not turn it back on again until this first tank is almost empty, which means we would be down to about half of our petroleum supply. That way we don't have to run it nonstop whenever we make plastic. Okay. So let's get rid of this. Yeah, like I said, I think we can just seal off this area for now. If I need to get back in there, I can always go up from down here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. I think I'll need to build some more ladder sections. And then I'm going to deconstruct all of that. And we'll replace that with insulated tile. Yeah, and you know, let's come all the way out over here. We'll make it a nice big tank. Looks like it's starting to get active. Looks like there's a little tiny bit of salt water in there. Is that salt water? Yeah. I don't have any place to store the salt water. Okay. Let's make some storage for salt water then. We can put that down here. Okay, I'll just put a liquid reservoir right there. And a couple of tiles. I always put one little section of pipe on the output because I think you need that before you can put anything inside of it. I might want to test that again just to be sure that that's indeed the case. Okay, and then we put a bottle emptier. Okay, and we'll set that for salt water. And I'll give it a relatively high priority. Okay, so now they can pick that up and dump it out. I think I printed some out at some point too. Maybe it was brine. Let's see. Where's my liquids? Yeah, I've got 1,800 kilograms of salt water somewhere. Oh, that's not reachable anymore. Okay, well, I want to get this cleared out before I continue digging. In the meantime, we can build a pump. I think gold amalgam will be sufficient. So we'll put that there. And I think I'll put a hydro sensor so that we don't run it completely dry. We can tell the pump to shut off once the liquid level gets low. Okay. And I think I can just power it from this grid. Let's see. Okay, let's get rid of this deodorizer. And I'm gonna put a small power transformer. Oh, I can't put that there, can I? Okay, I'm gonna have to power it off of here. So I'm gonna use conductive wire. We'll make it out of lead. There we go. Okay, and we'll set this to run when it's above 500 kilograms. All right, and now we'll start to dig it out. And I will put an airlock right there. Okay, now where are we going to pump it? So I think what I'd like to do is pump it into a liquid reservoir like this one. Have that circulate through the aqua tuner until the temperature is below, say, 25 degrees, and then open up another valve that'll let it travel over here to empty into that reservoir once it's been cooled down enough. Okay, so let's put another steam turbine over here. Actually, not yet. 1, 2. Okay, so let's put the... Geez, where should I put the reservoir? Probably down here would be better. I want to save space up here so that I can add more metal refining. Let's see. That's 8 tiles wide. So there's 8 tiles plus... I think I need to leave one in between. Or maybe I don't. Actually, I think I only need one aqua tuner for this whole section. So what about this? If I open this up and fill the whole thing with water, then I can cool multiple things in there with the same aqua tuner. Including... No, I need another aqua tuner for this water, because that has to be a separate loop. This is polluted water. Okay, so I am going to need my own aqua tuner for that. Okay, so yeah, let's just build a separate setup for this. So I'll do it exactly like this. And actually all I need is the aqua tuner, the generator, and the pipe. I don't need to have any other pipes going in there. But I can put other pipes. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put in our, let's see, what did I make this out of? That's lead radiant pipe. Lead's probably not the best material for that. What's the overheat temperature on this, or the melting temperature? Melting point is 327. Yeah, I should use something other than lead. Let's use iron. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then insulated pipe from there. Why is that a different color? Okay, no, that's good. Cancel that. There. Okay, and then we're going to have a liquid vent. And then we're going to have my aqua tuner that has to be made from steel. Build a little ladder down there. Okay, so I need more steel. I also need more iron. How much steel do I need for an aqua tuner? Was it 1200? Yeah, 1200. Alright, so let's make 12 iron and 12 steel. Okay, and let's prioritize that door, because now steam is coming out and it's condensing into my little chamber here, which is not the end of the world. But I would be happier if that wasn't happening. So I'm going to have to mop it up so that I can fill it up in the way that I described to you previously. There we go. Okay. So I've got that there, so I can put one of these. So I'll put the reservoir right here. That'll give me enough room to put in a refinery over here. Right, as long as I'm here or slightly to the left, I've got enough space. In fact, I think I have room for 2. There. And then I might need to move the kiln. That's okay. Okay, geyser has been analyzed. Oh, not quite analyzed. Alright. So we're going to take insulated pipe out of here. And we are going to pump that into there. And then it's going to circulate. So I'm going to need something to not pump. I need to leave a little bit of clearance in there, right? I don't want them to fill up all the way, because then I won't be able to continue looping the water through it. So I need to figure out a way to not allow any more water to go in past a certain point. So we'll need a liquid shutoff valve. Whoops. Here we go. Where am I going to bring this pipe in? These pipes are kind of in the way. Will this work? I think this will work. Okay, yeah, because it comes out there, goes through the loop, and then back in there. Okay. So liquid shutoff valve. So where do I run this pipe? I think I can bring it up here through the wall. And then down into there. Like that. Okay, and then we need automation wire. From the shutoff. Well, I might need some additional logic here. Because I don't... Yeah, this water is 80 degrees. So I don't want to let any hot water in. Unless the water in the tanks has already been sufficiently full. Okay, so I'll set this first tank to 50 degrees so that I never have more than 1.5 tanks full. And I think I'm going to need an AND gate. Oh, wait a minute. I really need to put that aqua tuner in there. Yeah, let's go through the aqua tuner first. And then into the tank, right? Alright, so deconstruct this. So we go into the aqua tuner first. And then out of the aqua tuner into the tank. But it can't be precisely like that. I need my bypass valve. I don't know about this. Take apart that shutoff. Let's cancel all that until I figure out what I'm doing here. Okay. So let's look at how this is working again. It goes into the tank. It comes out of the tank. We check the temperature. If it's too hot, it goes through the aqua tuner, turns on, it goes through the aqua tuner. If it's not, then it goes back into the tank. All right. Let's deconstruct this. I'm going to simplify it a little bit by only using a single tank. At least I think I'm going to simplify it. Okay, I'm also going to get rid of that. I'd rather bring this pipe. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with that pipe. I'll figure it out. Okay. Let's get rid of those pipes and get rid of those pipes. Okay, so I think I need to do, I need to do this same thing here. Where we bypass the aqua tuner if it's not needed. Okay. Okay. And then the water comes down into the tank. And then it comes out of the tank and back into the aqua tuner. Okay, so that's the cooling loop. Okay, and then we add our temperature sensor. On the output side, right? And that gets connected to the aqua tuner. Okay, and we'll turn it on if it's above 25C. All right, so now we need to feed the tank. Well, first I'm going to set the tank. Let's only allow it to fill up to 75%. Okay, and so for that we'll have to put the shutoff valve on the incoming water. You know what, let's put a refinery over here just so I can make sure I'm not in the way of it. So it needs to go right there. Okay, so liquid valve. I need a liquid shutoff. It's got to turn on or off. And I need to feed into it with a bridge. Right, because the bridge gets priority, right? When going in, it goes through the bridge first. I think that's when splitting, it goes through the bridge first. I want this, let's see, that's my intake. I want this to go through a bridge. It shouldn't matter, honestly. Since the tank's not going to be full, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so I'll just put that there. And then we'll build this down this way. Let's build this part. Okay, I'm going to need a liquid bridge here. Or, uh-oh. Yeah, that's okay. No, it's not okay. Okay. All right, that should work. And then we connect those with the automation wire. Okay, we'll connect those like that. We're going to want heavy watt wire. For this guy. Okay, and then when the water coming out is below the temperature, I want to release it. So that means another liquid shutoff valve, right? Can I put these in walls? Apparently not. Okay, and then we need a NOT gate. Okay, because this is going to send a green signal when it's above 25C, and when it's less than 25C, I want it to pass through. Okay. Let's clean this up. Let's start filling it with water. Actually, you know what? Let's deconstruct that tile. I want to deconstruct the tiles on the corners to make sure all the gases escape. All right. Clean all that out, please. It's already been an hour, but I'm going to keep going on this until it's done. Okay. So first, I'm going to put in a thin layer of polluted water. Okay, here it comes. My boy Travaldo. Okay, and I just need enough to coat the whole bottom of the chamber. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. Look at the gas overlay. I've already got a vacuum here on this bottom row of tiles just because of that little bit of liquid. If we look at the liquid overlay too, you see how the whole tile is shaded in as containing polluted water? That's the secret for getting this to fill up quickly. Okay, so now I just change it to regular water. And let's watch what happens when they dump in a little bit of regular water. Now, as soon as those tiles all show blue, then I've added enough fluid to completely fill this chamber. Looks like I'll need a little bit more to get that last square done. There. Disable auto bottle, disable auto bottle. Okay, and then we'll be able to fill it up. But not just yet, because I need to put in the steam generator and put in the plumbing for that first. Okay, steam turbine goes right there. And he needs water coming out and back into the chamber. Like that. And then I also want to deconstruct this ladder. And then let's do a final sweep. All right. And then we seal it all the way. Now all I need is water, which I don't have very much of. No liquid output. Oh yeah. Let's see. How do we get it out of here? I think we can do that. There. Okay, so we're essentially ready to start our cooling loop. Which I'll start by turning on that pump. And let's see how it goes. Okay, it's going into the tank. It's going through our chiller. I mean, it's going through the chiller as well as coming in here. Yeah, so it would be good if we had a bridge on one of these two lines. I just don't have enough space. This is where it gets a little clunky. I could probably rearrange things here to get that to work. But now they're kind of alternating packets and being nice about it. Okay, so let's look at our temperatures. So it's going in at about 73 degrees. It's coming out of the aqua tuner at 54, 53. Okay, we can look at the water that's in there. Okay, the water in here is gradually heating up. Okay. So I'll stop. I'll change that sensor back to the way it was. Okay, so now it's nice and smooth. Okay, and we can see the temperature steadily dropping. Now this thing only cools, what, 10 kilograms at a time? Okay, but we started with 75-degree water. And now it's going in at 56 degrees and coming back out at 42. So over time it'll gradually chill down the water that's in here. Now that thing does use up a lot of power though, doesn't it? I wonder if it would be better to cool it with the main cooling loop rather than using the aqua tuner. Like I could just run this in front of the tank with some temperature shift plates. Because this won't quite power itself. Especially when I'm not making anything. Alright, we're starting to make some steam here. Down to 42. We just have to wait for the steam to get hot enough. Overheat damage. Oh, you're kidding me. I made it from iron ore. Ah, that was dumb. Ah, crud. I thought I was making that from steel. Alright, well let's see if we can get it to run until it cools down to the right temperature. Otherwise, I'm going to have to shut it down and wait for it to cool down and then take it apart and rebuild it out of steel. Yeah, I've got enough steel made. Alright, it's 27. 26. Okay. 25. Alright, now it's bypassing the aqua tuner. Okay, so I'm going to tell this now to turn on if it goes above that temperature, so hopefully it'll stay off for a while. And I'm going to have to wait for the steam to cool down and reliquefy. Hopefully it will. Seems to stay it's going to stay pretty warm in there with the with those tiles. I could cut one of these tiles and just release the steam out into here. that wouldn't be bad because then it'll turn back into water inside here. Oh, but there's polluted water in there too. So I wonder what I can do to cool this down. Can I put some shift plates? No. I guess I'll just have to open it up and let the steam come out. And then I'll have to refill it again. Yeah, because it's not going to cool down. At least not anytime soon. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Alright, let's deconstruct that. And let's rebuild that out of steel. And I didn't even put that much I didn't even put that much water in there, but it's just turning into an incredible quantity of fluid. And I can't get down in there now. Okay, now you can get down in there. Get all that stuff out. I think we can wall that in again. Okay, I'll take the Dreklet eggs. We can turn those into omelets. Okay. Now let's do regular water. And I don't think I'm going to need to auto bottle because I've got all these bottles of water here already. There we go. We're done. Oh, okay, yeah. Stop mopping. Okay, let's turn this on so they can get the water out of there. Yeah, and unfortunately, can I mop up that little bit of water? I need polluted water to get there into that little square. Otherwise, I'm probably going to have to add a lot of water in here. Alright, let's see if I drop in a little more polluted water, if that water will lift up and fill that square. Because I got this one square that's not full yet. Yeah, it's all just going into this tile next to it. That means I'm gonna have to dump in a lot of water now. Okay. Let's just put in regular water. Got plenty of it laying around here. Okay. This other side I can close up. Let's get rid of the ladder. Actually, let's wait until that gets swept up. There goes another egg. Yeah, I got a lot of eggs in there now, see? It's going to turn into a lot of meat sooner or later. Okay, well anyway, I'll get this finished off, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.